short backswing, and then he just bullies the ball. So strong. Yeah. Yeah, build him up. You got the best swing in the world, and you hit a shank. Welcome to my world.
This will get better. Back he come. He's hit so many good iron shots over the course of the first 3 days. That's been his nemesis. He hasn't been able to knock these in. A good putting week, and this would be the leader. He's been a joy to watch over the first 3 days. We'll see if he can find a low one today and push his way up that leaderboard. Good opening approach from Tony Finau. We'll take a short break, but we'll be at the first. This is a big swinger from right to left. Better than yesterday. Double bogey yesterday for Westwood. Very attractive draw, this one today. Lee alongside Tony Finau.
Oh, he's got a nice little flat spot here. He's short-sided. He chunk and run it. Just landed about 10 feet shy and release it up there. No, it'll work its way down into that bowl. Don't go up against the collar. Okay.
No shot whatsoever from where he was sitting down. And hit the ball hard, make sure you get it over the edge of the rough. Take your medicine, it's always going to be 30-35 feet.
Putting is difficult today. Today it seems to me like it's the toughest so far to hold putts. These flags are tucked today. Even par's a good score out there.
He's got to find a way to do it for Finau. When you think he's had over 30 top 10s since his one victory in Puerto Rico in 2016. He's such a beautiful golfer. He makes the game look so wonderfully easy. Rather like this man when he's in full flow. And it's a welcome return to form for Cabrera Bello. He hasn't had the best of seasons. 71st now in the world ranking. He's a much better player than that.
For birdie, Matt Wallace. Different putting grip, isn't it? 4 fingers down the shaft.
Big gap between the hands and the body of Adam Scott. Has he hit this one? Oh, of course he has. Nice one tucked away there. Plenty of yardage in 8, 503, par 4.
Thompson for birdie on number 9. Fairly straight putt, maybe inside right. Very good.
Welcome win for Michael this year. 7 years since his maiden victory back in 2013.
This will test Jon Rahm up the hill. And it wants to turn from right to left now. Good putt. Ricky Fowler.
Remarkable year. Morikawa at Harding Park, and who knows, maybe Wolf today.
He's missed it left.
From England, Paul Casey.
Dustin Johnson off the first hole the last couple of days.
Commentary box alongside me, Andrew Coulthard.
Thanks, Nick. Yeah, I'm really looking to this point. Cracking shot from Johnson. Straight out of the blocks.
I suppose the easiest question to ask is, what's the number that you think has a good chance of winning today, to work out who can get to it?
Well, we were discussing about that last night, weren't we? Well, there's an awful lot of pressure on Wolf's shoulders. If he can shoot level 4, 72, that puts him at 3 under. I think 3 under could win.
If that was the case, then DJ's work is cut out for him. +5 going out there today. Jon Rahm, a little bit surprised at performance.
Yeah, I am. Obviously, you know, won the BMW Championships a couple of weeks ago there at Olympia Fields. Had a good chance. He's been playing really, really well. Everything was coming together at this point, and you know, it just didn't work out from disappointing round yesterday.
This man will be ruining the 7th part. Good golf continues. Tied second there. Didn't put a foot wrong. Colin Morikawa just, well, a couple of moments of genius.
Today, Nick, only 5 away down at the front. Players scared about going long.
Are you surprised they haven't turned the sub-air on this week?
No, I'm not. Looks incredibly difficult, and they don't need to do anything to it. You throw in a tiny little bit of air, a bit of breeze, and it just puts the best of them under an incredible amount of duress.
Today about the lack of accuracy required to contend in this year's US Open, which is not what US Opens have traditionally been about. I don't think USGA are going to like that. As we see Jason Day for a par on 14. Rory McIlroy at least has exuded those qualities in terms of he has hit it a long way, but he has hit more fairways than most. There's only a couple of players hit more than him this week as well, Andrew. So it's nice to see at least one of the guys doing what we would typically say you've got to do well in the US Open, still doing well on that leaderboard.
Yes, that is correct. Nice to see him having a couple of good rounds anyway. Disappointing second round when things were a bit tough. It looks like, I don't know, maybe things a little warming up a little bit out there as the breeze just tailing off. It was very chilly first thing this morning, and certainly if that is the case and the temperature starting to rise, that would also fall into Rory's hands.
What do they do though? The strategy they've got at the moment for the USGA, where they can hit the drive as far as they want, and that's better because you can wedge it.
I'm going to smash this as far as I possibly can.
This is a good example, this hole, of where they have got it right today. This pin position, we've seen a couple of 2s already. Another chance here for Jon Rahm. If you do hit a straight one, you are rewarded with that opportunity. If you hit one offline, you can make 5 in a heartbeat, and that I do like.
Yeah, I like it too. You know, you have to little flick with a wedge if you put yourself in the wrong position. Looks like Herbert. He's a big hitter, this young fellow.
What would be your advice for Mike Davis?
I would say get rid of the rough altogether. Take rough all away, take it away from in front of bunkers, take it away off the fairways. We can forget, because the other alternative is, if it's what we're seeing, these players are hitting it as far as they possibly. What is the point of even having fairways? What you don't want, and what I do not want to see, is I don't want to see a reaction in the rough to be 7-8 inches thick and everybody losing their shoes in it.
Only time will tell, but you'll feel weeks like this will contribute, because the USGA, I don't believe, will like the nature of how this leaderboard has been assembled, albeit great players and a great storyline for us. Let's not take away from the fact that there is still high drama here, and some of the big stars in golf are right there with a chance to win this. Bezuidenhout, right back at him.
He's overcome quite a tremendous amount of difficulty in his life, adversity. He's drank rat poison out of the BMW, and Jon Rahm nicked it from under his nose, and here is that man, hold a putt about 3 times that distance in the final green.
It looked like that when it went in though. There you go, gets 2 of the 3 back. Well done, Jon.
Yeah, just very difficult to keep it going. Let's you know, be fair. It's impossible to maintain that level of play.
We'll talk about the level of play. With the 11-shot win at the Northern Trust, I mean, he lapped the field.
11 under par through 11 holes that day.
Yeah, the most disappointing 60 in all of golf.
Yeah, you've played. I've never seen surfaces with such incredible slopes on them. The closest thing that springs to all our golf lovers' mind, of course, is Augusta. But you know, to be that close to the hole and have a putt that still has 12 feet of break on it.
Well, I haven't been lucky enough to play at both of them. I don't remember this being as slopey as Augusta, but Paul says he thinks they were. Rich is actually on site, so he'd know better than all of us because he's getting an up close and personal look at it this week. But yeah, for sure, that first green, the fact that they can't cut the first green at the same speed as the others tells you just how slopey they are. I do love it. I mean, I'm sure there's some folks at home who are probably looking at it thinking, well, you don't even play to the hole, you just play up a bank and it rolls down to the hole side. But it's not quite that simple, is it? Because it goes all the way back down the hole to positioning. It becomes more of a mental challenge as well, finding the right portions.
Yeah, these pins are not magnetised. Don't worry about it. Incredible, isn't it? There's hardly anybody out there. If there's 10,000 people around that green, you wouldn't even notice.
How would you know?
That's correct, actually, yes. I was used to the odd spectator. When I said stand still, they all jumped up and started moving around. Par putt. Go on. Oh, it was 2 good shots.
It was, and the downswing, it could sometimes get just a little bit snatchy, and you could start spraying it around a little bit.
You know, we saw his second shot. It was a pretty good shot. He was expecting it to bleed left to right. It ended up in the bunker. From there, didn't really have much of a shot. Again, anything past pins. These greens look fairly flat from the camera, the two-dimensional aspect of it. For ground level, oh, it's like the Himalayas. Jason Hadley finished 9th last year, tied 9th, I think, Pebble Beach. That's what's got him in here this week.
It's the sort of scores you only ever really see at the US Open, occasionally at the Open. Plus 18, Jason Hadley. He's got company as well. He's not on his own up there.
Not wrong, Abraham Answer. He finished plus 21, and he's in the top 25 players in the world. So, some indication as to what these people face.
First cut for Jason Day is no issues at all. The wind is freshening just enough. Could make it exciting as we move through the day.
I thought it was dropping, Nick, but it's still there, no doubt about it. Second hole, Thomas. It was a little bit loose yesterday, getting it stuck on the inside. And he managed to get this club out in front of him a bit better today. Good tee shot. Hope that's not ended up with the same fate as Paul Casey's. Back into the breeze, it would have stalled, dropped out the sky like a stone.
3-iron for Dustin Johnson. Hardest hole on the golf course up to this point. And that's why it's just so hard to find the surface. And you can see why Billy Casper chose to lay up all 4 days when he won here. Back in '59. It's a hard golf course. It's been kind at times, but it might bear its teeth. You need everything to go right. Everything.
Yeah, you're going to need breaks today, aren't you? Not just play well, you're going to need the odd nice bounce, hold chip when you were up against it. Misread the DJ.
He's got that look of running out of steam, hasn't he? You can't blame him. I mean, it's been quite the run through the playoffs. Incredible golf. Always out in front as well, in the thick of it throughout. This man's been in contention an awful lot as well. Daniel Berger, winner at the first event back, the Charles Schwab Challenge, held off Morikawa in the playoff there, but a whole ton of top tens as well. One of the most consistent performers in the world this season.
You threw out a number yesterday which really shocked me in terms of Paul's rankings sort of around the green and putting. I mean, I always, and I talked to Paul McGinley about it, and he agreed with me. I've always regarded Casey as a really good putter, but
because of your face when I said that to you, I checked it because I thought, oh, I got that wrong. I hope I haven't made that one up. And I looked and it's true. He is outside the top 165 in strokes gained around the green and putting. But then I followed that up with looking today and going a little further into the detail. You can't play like Paul if the whole of it's like that. And he's inside the top 15 with strokes gained off the tee and strokes gained approach. So the long game absolutely has been the secret.